is it you pray for?
Greetings, salutations, and welcome to the 39th episode of Abyssal Musings. My name is Samiel the Infamous, and with me is my co-host, Lawrence Knight. How you doing?
Hey, what's going on, y'all?
We also have with us tonight our guest for the evening, Joker Voice.
Hello.
So we are changing up the format a little bit tonight from what we had been doing. We've got a few different things we're going to cover. We're going to get a little bit back into obscure horror movie stuff. We've got a quiz that was presented to us by our own Kohai Masochist. And I believe we're going to, do a Joker's Bar Stories segment as well.
Ooh.
And Nomi will be here. She's running late. She had some things to do IRL, so she will be with us as soon as she can. 30 minutes, give or take, most likely. So, but we'll see her. We'll see her soon. So, first, I'd like to say hello to the chat. Speaking of Kohai Masochist, and we've got Suka here. And so far, the only other people I see in chat are on the panel, so I'm going to go ahead and ignore you guys. In terms of the chat, anyway. No, I'm talking directly to you. So, but greetings, welcome, salutations. We are currently simulcasting as well as is the wave of the future, as I like to think of it, to both the main channel here and also to Joker Voice's YouTube channel and to my Twitter.
Wow, look at you. You fancy.
Yeah. It's the old man learning how to navigate the
Great.
electronics and the interwebs.
Yeah.
So, Suka, I saw your chat in Amir's thumbnail earlier. My Russian is not great. I could sound out most of the letters, but I couldn't recognize the first two words. But I'm pretty sure you were saying something about how Larry isn't first, because I did recognize his name. So, speaking of which, what do we got for tonight, man?
Sorry, guys, about the delay. Just before we get into anything, just letting you know, I am a little under the weather. So if you are hearing, long signs for me, if I might take a little step back, just to kind of rest my voice a bit. Got the body aches and whatnot. You could think that fire that's in Canada going on right now, the smoke came over here and jacked me up pretty good. And we actually got a warning about that where I'm at too, but by then it was already too late for me, at least. But yeah, so what we got tonight, guys? We, besides our greetings and seeing how you guys are doing, we've got a quiz from Kohai, and because it's Kohai, we have a warning attached to that. It is a disclaimer, and for good reason. Nomi will be with us. She'll be with us in a bit. She is taking care of a few things, so she'll be with us at some time today. She is scheduled to present Nomi's top 5 scariest. I have no idea what's on that list, so I'm definitely excited to see what she brings to the table tonight. JV, we've got JV with us, as you guys can see. JV is here for a particular reason.
I'm awesome. That's why I'm here.
I was about to give you a compliment, and you just going to.
You can keep going. I'm not going to stop you.
No. JV, now I'm going to make it generic. JV's going to tell some bar stories. Here we go. And tonight, we've got Samuel and I. We each watched a scary movie, and we're going to talk about it a bit. Samuel's got. Why don't you go ahead and tell the name of the movie you watched?
Well, in my case, the scare factor doesn't come from the movie or the script or, it was scary bad.
That's exactly
it was really scary bad. Some of you might have seen a post I put up earlier this week about a movie that I discovered while scrolling through Amazon Prime's, archives, called Sharks of the Corn. And I did like it. I did.
Shocking.
It was awful. So
This coming from a guy who likes a movie called Velocipaster.
Actually,
That's shocking.
Velocipaster had better jump cuts.
Shut the door.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Quality-wise, Velocipaster is actually a little bit better than this one.
Oh, that is awful. That is absolutely. Oh, wow.
Oh, that's a good question. Have you seen Cocaine Shark?
I have not yet seen Cocaine Shark. It is on the list.
I'm shocked you haven't watched that.
I actually don't watch a lot of movies these days anymore. I don't watch a lot of television. Mostly I watch YouTube. I watch my pals and their channels and stuff as much as I can.
Yeah.
I believe that, and a lot of times our buddies are actually putting out a lot better content, especially these days. So I've found myself doing that more often too. My pick tonight is a movie from 1985, and it turns out it was a Halloween movie that debuted on television the day after Halloween, and it's called The Midnight Hour. I had never heard of the movie before today. It's got LeVar Burton, Mr. Reading Rainbow himself in there.
Jordy.
Peter DeLuise. Yeah, it's got Jordy in it. And
He's a jerk, but by the way.
Is he? Well,
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, we'll add that to the stories. And then we have a preview. I came across this the other day, but apparently Five Nights at Freddy's is getting a movie, and it will debut on Halloween. We have the trailer. I'm going to play it, but I'm going to turn the sound off so that we don't get hit with a copyright strike.
There's copyrightable music in it.
Right.
Yeah. So what was taken off the list was Twisted Metal.
Yeah. We had a little meeting about that, and as it turns out, nobody was really interested in talking about it.
Yeah, I brought it up, and after I thought about it, I wasn't even interested in talking about it.
Yeah. Plus, there's some like Enrique Iglesias shit going on in the background that it would definitely get us copyright struck.
Right.
Yeah. So, but yeah, if you ever want to see, what's the dude's name again? Now I can't remember. Plays Falcon in the Marvel movies.
Anthony Mackie.
Yeah, Anthony Mackie. If you ever want to see him get dominated in a prison bitch sense, go watch that trailer.
All right.
Yeah, they totally emasculated him. He might as well have been wearing a dress.
By a guy in suspenders and a clown mask.
Yeah. Sweet Tooth, for those of you who have played Twisted Metal, who, by the way, is being portrayed by pro wrestler Samoa Joe.
Yeah, it doesn't matter too much aside from his size because he's wearing a mask the whole time. So
I cannot claim any responsibility for any clown action. Oh, Mr. Grant's here. What's up, buddy?
Hi, Mr. Grant Gravery. Welcome to the show. Yeah, so I don't know where we starting with first because I do want to talk a little bit about this movie, but
the chat, my friend, the chat.
We've already seen this chat.
Yeah, we've already given the shout outs.
Yeah, that was the first thing I did.
Yeah, well, I jumped up and ran to go take care of something. So
yeah, no worries. No, that's usually the first thing that I do. And and for those of you who are just coming in, if I don't directly call your name out, I will bring you up on screen the first time I see you, so that you know that we recognize that you're here.
Yes, but yes, Julian Sands has passed away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's sad, man. To die like that on a mountain alone.
Alan Arkin passed away this morning too.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, what's kind of, I mean, it's a little funny, but right now there's a bit of a hoax belief being passed around the internet that it was Alan Alda, who's very much alive.
Right.
So.
Yeah, Hawkeye from MASH.
Yeah, he's alive, but Alan Arkin passed away this morning, so that's a shame because I've always enjoyed him and everything he's been in that I've seen. So,
and Julian Sands, the one thing I remember him from is this really weird film called Boxing Helena.
He was in Stargate.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, he did a lot of weird, interesting little roles and stuff.
Yeah, like movies that were distributed by like Canon Studios, all their horror films. Yeah, he was a big part of those.
Yeah, he was in a lot of cheap 80s horror movies.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them. Probably more than I even know about. The guy worked all the time.
Yeah.
So, well, no, I think Woody Allen's still gone.
Yeah.
But yeah, I kind of I forget exactly what the order of things is that we're doing tonight. We are, like I said, changing up the format a little bit, try to do a little bit more segmented. I don't know. Like a show, like a real show, as opposed to
Yeah, and maybe I should expand on that. So the reason why, guys, is that um, as we put the program together, I realized that I had kind of strayed us off a bit, and it turned our show turned into um, just commenting on crazy news articles that I was pulling up, and we want to get back to what we originally wanted to do. And we're not just going to talk about horror movies. We've got other things too, but we really want to do some great commentary for you guys, and have some things for you guys to look forward to. So with that said, those of you guys that know Kohai knows that, well, if you know as well as we do, you'll know why this disclaimer is up. So just in case you guys can't read it, I'll go ahead and read it for you. Kohai warning. Warning. Although tonight's show carries a bit of caution due to the subject matter, all things scary, the following quiz is rated Kohai. This means that the Abyssal staff has not played this quiz and therefore have no idea what's in it. However, knowing that fiend called Kohai the Masochist as well as we do, there's no telling what in YouTube hell this demon has put together to torture us with. So brace yourselves, folks. Hide your photos and your money, even if it's $20. It's still $20 and she'll take it. You better not smile. You better not cry. Stay off the net. We're telling you why. The demon memer has come to town.
I like that, by the way. We're going to stick with that demon memer stuff.
Mhm.
Greetings, Nomi.
Hey!
Welcome to the show. Maybe. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Nomi, are you there?
It's Nomitron.
Muted.
By
Yes,
the way, her
so-
her nickname is Nomitron because when she gets mad, she turns into a Terminator. So,
Oh.
I'm pretty sure you're the only one who calls her that.
Mhm.
well, yeah, I know I'm the only one that calls her that. I'm the only one
But-
smart enough to call her that.
Because yes, I am a pretty rageful person, and yes, I am pretty destructive when angry.
I told you.
Alright.
Excuse me, y'all. Anyway, let's get this quiz going. Um, man, she really jam-packed this thing too. See, I knew she was going to torture us. 25 minutes, 30 questions.
Oh, yeah, we're not finishing this.
We
I mean,
might.
we can try.
We might. Depending on how long we take. Let me know when you guys are ready.
Yeah.
I'm
let's-
born ready.
Alright.
All right, let's do it.
Kohai, by the way, Kohai,
What-
you can't play.
Hey, what month did Abyssal Musings start in? Oh, Lord, I don't even know that. I'm going to
Yeah.
say October.
September.
Was it September?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going with September.
September.
Nomi. Man, okay. What episode was Joker Voice first on? I'm going to say episode 24. No, wait. Yeah, 24.
Of
Does it-
Abyssal Musings? He was on like episode 24 of Screaming to the Void. I'd say episode 10 of Abyssal Musings.
I
Yeah,
mean,
but she didn't
either way-
specify.
Either way, it doesn't matter because every show I have been on has been the top rated show. So
Oh, Lord. I'm going to go with the 20 episode 24.
11 for me, please.
Shit, it might be 11. I'll go with 11.
Joker?
I'll go number 10. Why not?
Oh, 11 it is. No, wow.
Shit, I was right the first time.
I don't even know which episode that is. I'll have to look. How many panelists has Samuel had on Abyssal Musings at once? I'm going to say 9.
9.
At once?
I'm
Yeah.
going to say 5.
I think we
Well,
we
maybe
got to
6.
6 once on this show.
Yeah, where everybody came on.
Yeah, we had Kat, we had Nomi, we had Brian, we had JV, we had me and you, and that's 6.
Yeah, 6. Everybody else?
6.
6.
6. All
Shut
right.
up, Twinkerbell.
5.
Huh.
Huh. When did the lioness first show up on Abyssal Musings? Oh Lord, I want to say episode 5.
Yeah.
Whenever Lawrence spoke out of turn.
5.
Yeah, it was really early on, so probably 5. Yeah.
Joker.
I'll go with 5.
All right. What episode of Abyssal Musings is the shortest so far? Oh, I'm gonna say 3.
I'll go 1. Why not?
I think actually Larry's probably right. It was I don't think it was the first one, but it was pretty close too. So I'll go with 3 as well.
3 is my favorite number.
Yay! What episode of Abyssal Musings is the longest so far?
Oh fuck! I don't even remember. It was
I'm
it was
gonna
over
go
3
with-
hours though.
I'm gonna go with
Can't you look?
I'm gonna go with
on your
26.
chair? I'll go with 26. Why not?
I mean, yeah, I could go look up the answer. I'm not going to.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
I will guess 26 as well.
all right. Nomi,
24.
26.
26.
What episode did Ryan Legion Games 2076 first appear on? I want to
11.
say 11. I want to say.
Yeah.
I'll
Okay.
say 11.
I'll go with 11.
Yeah, 11's good.
No, 12.
Shit.
Ooh.
What episode of Abyssal Musings was the first one to be live on a Friday night? Oh shoot.
That was literally 3 weeks ago.
Yeah,
well,
but what
we're on
episode is-
episode 39 now, so
Let's go with 32.
None of the answers.
yeah. So let's go with 32.
Okay. It's only weird if you make it weird, and you're making it weird. This quote came from who and was directed towards who? Nomi to Ryan, Ryan to Shadow, Lawrence
Ryan
Knight
to Shadow.
Joey, Samuel to
No.
Lawrence Knight.
Or no me to Ryan.
It's me
I
to
say Nomi
Ryan.
to Ryan.
Yeah, nobody Ryan.
Yep. When did Lawrence Knight become a co-host on Abyssal Musings? Since
Never.
the first episode.
Yeah, that's the
Never.
first episode. He's my partner
No.
going into this in the first place.
Wishful thinking, Joker. What episode did the blue raspberry first appear? What the hell is that?
I thought that was on the other show. Blue Raspberry is this is Blue Raspberry.
I think you did put it on. You did show it on Abyssal Musings once though, but I can't remember the episode. I'm gonna
Shit.
say 14.
Yeah, it would have been after Ryan's first appearance, so 14 or 15. So yeah, I'll go with Larry here.
Yeah,
Know me or Joker?
that works.
14. Because I like to go against the grain.
Okay. 12.
Really,
Wow,
the
shit.
very next episode. He was,
So, wow.
wait,
What
that was
movie did Samuel and Lawrence Knight want to see in episode 9? Cocaine Bear.
yeah, it's Cocaine Bear.
Right.
Cocaine.
2 of those I've never wanted to see, and the other one I saw like decades ago. So
In episode 28 of Abyssal Musings, why did they have a late start? Samuel was almost unalived by Mountain Dew. Lawrence Knight had to use the bathroom.
Larry was taking a shit.
no, in that episode, I actually did inhale some Mountain Dew into my lungs. So
Wow.
yeah, I almost died. It was awesome.
I'm going to say both.
I'll say both.
Sure, both.
All right. No.
Oh.
Wow.
I remember that one.
Is Samuel ever organized?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Yeah.
Sometimes.
No.
Thanks,
Wow.
Kohai. Thanks so much.
You're halfway there. What? Already?
Already?
You're right. We should stop the tangent we are on and keep going with the quiz. Seriously,
Mhm.
didn't you pick the obvious answer? Okay.
You're right. We should stop and go on a tangent.
I'll go with that one too.
Yeah, me too.
Will Samuel really ever be on time? Hell no.
I have been a couple of times,
By luck.
but that's still on time.
Well, actually, I think those are the couple of times that you outran that lightning.
It's still on time. Doesn't matter why. Why it does not enter this question.
Uh,
What?
I'll say he has
Why-
been a few times.
Why is Shadow picking a fight in the chat?
What the fuck? I don't know. Shadow, who are you arguing with? Oh, is Suka making fun of you?
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna go with he has been a few times.
It's Ryan's fault.
See,
It's Ryan's fault. Actually, I was going to say that too.
Yeah, I have been a few times. Shadow, if you're learning Chinese, yes, you do.
Right.
Sam, what's your answer?
He has
It's
been a
Ryan's
few
fault.
times. Yeah.
So it's a split. Me and you said a few times, and Nomi and Joker are saying it's Ryan's fault. Actually, I'm gonna go with it's Ryan's fault. No, we don't care.
Boa got that
I
one
Lawrence
right.
kind
ever
of do
first.
care.
Is Lawrence ever first? Always, of course, he's always first. No, but we let him think he is.
No,
That
but
last, that last one. No, but we
Yep.
made him
Yeah.
think he is.
No, but we think, yeah, that one.
yeah, that's what it
I
is.
say always, but
Think
All
about
right,
who
all right.
made this.
in episode 8 of Abyssal Musings, what almost took Samuel out before he could make it to the stream? Cocaine bear, a deer, black ice,
Black eyes.
snake.
Black eyes.
Black
I
eyes.
say black
Yes,
ice.
This is Black Ice as middle winner.
Yep. Around what episode did Samuel's community tab open? Wasn't it like episode?
I don't know.
Early.
Wow.
I had like 50 subs.
7 and 8, sure.
I'll say 7 and 8.
7 and 8.
Somebody's tired.
Yeah, I'll just go with the consensus. I have no idea.
Okay.
Oh,
Queen,
wow.
wow.
That
She
early?
did
Wow.
homework. What episode of Abyssal Musings did Shadowhawk get blanked sideways with a cactus? Oh my god.
ooh.
Wait,
Again, I
wait,
thought
what?
I
I missed
debuted
this one. Wait, what?
I thought I debuted that one on Saturday too. I was wrong, apparently.
So what happened here? He got. Oh,
Oh, that's got to be episode. I think it's episode 3.
Yeah, we'll go with
that's
that.
yeah, I think so.
No, 24.
24.
On episode 6 of Abyssal Musings, what game did they play? Halloween Jeopardy, Twister, more quizzes.
Halloween Jeopardy.
I don't know. Halloween Jeopardy.
Yeah, I'm pretty
I
sure.
wasn't
Halloween Jeopardy.
around.
Oh, you
Halloween Jeopardy.
existed. You just weren't on the show.
Oh,
You were
Yes,
around
you're
in
right.
spirit. No.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Halloween Jeopardy.
then
Yes.
what? Wow, how festive! Because I was there in spirit.
Hey, Lou, welcome to the show.
Hey, Lou.
In the middle of the quiz
Hi,
here.
Lou.
What would go off at the beginning of most episodes? Lawrence Knight's phone, some funny clip, the timer. I'd say my
None?
phone.
Yeah, Lawrence Knight's phone.
Okay, the
JB.
phone.
Well, because he'd have the notification for the show set to
Yeah.
go off.
Right.
Aw.
All right, let's see. Yeah. What episodes of Abyssal Musings did Nomi first appear on?
25.
Jeez, I don't even know this one.
I think it's the same one where we had everybody on, wasn't it?
Maybe.
22 or 25.
'Cause I think Nomi appeared on
22.
Screaming. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
we'll go with that.
22. Nope.
Oh,
24.
25.
Oh, I was right the first time.
When was Lawrence Knight in second place for the first time since trying to what?
Second
That's a
episode?
great question.
Episode 2, sure.
I'm gonna go with episode. Yeah, sure, 2. I don't think that's it, but yeah, we'll go with 2.
I'll go with 2. Because I ain't got no choice. I don't know what she's talking about. Nomi?
Yeah, I said 2.
No, okay.
2.
That's a great.
In what episode of Abyssal Musings did they start an hour and a half hours earlier.
I think
Ooh.
28. I think it was 28.
Oh,
remember this.
no, yeah, because there was that day that I ended up leaving work for whatever reason. I think
Okay.
I'd end up
28.
with
Yeah,
an extra.
because I was already like a regular on this panel.
All right,
So
I'll go with that.
28
No.
then.
18.
Dang it.
What
Wow.
episode did the first meme of Shadowhawk $20 is $20 first air? I'll say 22.
Oh, it's
22,
earlier than
'cause-
that.
Yeah, is it?
I think it's like. I think it's like.
It was one of
15.
our first regular memes. So
I think that was just recently debuted, wasn't it?
no,
No.
that's just the latest
original.
version. The original one has been around for a long time in the
Oh,
course
makes
of the channel.
sense.
I want to say like episode 15 or 13.
Yeah.
I say 22.
Yeah, we'll go with I'm gonna go with Joker with episode 15.
All
This
right,
is the
Nomi.
original, by the way.
Nomi, what's your vote?
15.
All right. No, 13.
Oh,
Dang it.
Wow. Is Lawrence Knight good at multitasking? Not really. Depends on the day. Yes. Telling a story and talking crap at the same time counts, right? Wow, Cole.
you know that's got to be the one, right?
Yep.
And the bad thing is, I'm gonna have to pick it.
There we go. Tell the story. That's it right there.
Nomi.
Oh, tell a story.
Wow. Okay,
Wow.
not really, huh? What food does Samuel not like? Fungus, sauerkraut, Hawaiian pizza, all of the
See,
above.
it's how I'm me. I'm gonna go with all of the above.
Then I'm going to go with all of the above as
Me
well.
too.
All of the above.
What episode of Abyssal Musings did Samuel finally get an intro? Ooh,
7,
that's-
I think.
Was it?
Yeah, because I remember
Yeah, it
I was
had to
putting it together right as we were getting ready to go live.
Yeah, 7. So, because it's got to be early.
Yeah.
All right. JV,
Sure.
Nomi,
7.
yeah. How many more episodes are there going to be of Abyssal Musing? Hopefully a lot more. Hopefully a few more. Hopefully no more. I have no clue, but hopefully there will be a lot more. We all enjoy the show and appreciate all the hard work they do to make sure.
You know what? Something's leading me toward that one right there.
Yeah,
me too.
that last one. And by
Yeah.
the way, Kohai, thank you.
Okay. We did it.
Holy
Is that
shit,
all
with
of
10
it?
minutes to spare.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, what do we do in these 10 minutes that we have? Oh, never mind. I already checked that.
Well, we already know what to do because it's time for Nomi's top 5.
No, I did not come prepared for my top 5.
That's fine.
Wow.
It's fine. No worries.
Okay, so if we're talking about tangents and stuff like this, I'm currently in Austin, and I told Samuel and Larry this, like, hey, on my drive, I will be doing my research on this because my parents are driving, and I'll be in the back seat. Guess what happened? I drove the whole way from El Paso to Austin yesterday, and that's 9 hours. So I didn't do
Yeah.
any research, and then when I
And-
got to my hotel, I crashed into bed.
That's a viable
I-
excuse.
I appreciate that. Unlike our lioness friend, you put the phone down when you're driving.
That is also
Shots
very
fired.
true. Yes. And both hands on the wheel, and I use my Bluetooth to communicate with you guys.
Wow.
Shotgun blast fired.
And I did not have my camera on while driving and talking to you guys. Haha.
Wow.
Wow, the clip just got emptied.
You're just you're throwing some shade there, sister. I'm just saying.
And
Nice
Give you
shot.
I
that
actually
little
had-
flat spot right there.
I actually had my eyes on the road, not on the camera.
Hey, Glenn.
Hey y'all.
Welcome to the show. So yeah, we're just having a little
Oh,
bit of fun tonight.
oh.
That by the way, that
Shadow's
was,
leaving. Oh darn. Okay.
Yeah. He said that I think a little
Okay,
bit.
works 2 jobs. So
And
I ain't gonna fault him for
Me neither.
that, you know. But that said, that for those of you just coming in, the quiz that we just finished up was made by us for us by our very own Kohai Masochist, who shall henceforth be known also as the Demon Memer.
Yeah.
Because there's a bit of a rhyme to that I like.
Yes.
And it rolls off the tongue nicely.
You guys,
Well, Sam, just to be honest, I stutter. There's nothing that just rolls off my tongue. So
Yeah, fair enough.
So,
Fair enough.
I kind of want to say something, JV. Like, I can't have my camera on because I'm on my phone, and then you'll be looking at the ceiling because I'm just talking into my phone. But yeah, I'm just gonna come out and say it. You should have your camera on because you look good today.
Well, I look good every day, but I want to kind of join the crowd here. I'm just saying, but
Okay,
fine.
You don't have to follow the crowd. I like this, JV.
I kind of shaved a few days ago, so not the.
Couldn't tell.
Don't. Thanks.
Okay, I was just like being silly, but yeah, you can keep your camera off now that it's on. It looked better with it off. No, just kidding. Just kidding.
LOL. Well, the good thing about having Joker here. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm done.
Well, the good thing about having Joker here is, Joker, we've got plenty of time for your bar stories.
Oh, okay. So do you want one story, or how many stories do you want?
It's up
I
to
actually
you.
would like to hear quite a few stories tonight.
Okay, I'll give you. Let's see.
Midnight Horror.
Oh, thanks. I hope you're a lady. I'm just saying.
Extra points if you're goth too.
It's 2023, man. You need to get past that kind of parochial thinking.
Nope. Sorry. Okay, so
If she has an apple, she has a banana.
Oh God, that's awful. That's just terrible.
I
okay,
actually
so
understood that.
there's a bar in my town, and I never go to the strip of that 4 miles of the real estate with all the neon, because that's just all right. Yeah, I like that. But there's a lot of local bars here. Some are very corporatized, but then you get the local mom and pop dive bars. Well, there's a bar actually called Dive Bar. It's presently shut down for health reasons, sanitation, but there's reasons with some of these stories. You'll understand why. So this bar pretty much had a reputation of anything goes. There was one night I was seeing some friends there, and we heard something in the back in one of the restrooms. So some of us go back and look, and no joke, there is a couple in a stall. There's a couple in a stall going at it. They are fucking with the door open, and they have a friend there with not with a cell phone, with an actual camera filming them, because they're doing a porn in public
porn movie.
Yep.
Wow.
I mean,
did you join in?
No. This is not a place where you really even go to the bathroom. Maybe it's one of those places. If you're a girl, you hover. You don't sit down.
It's like you need a Hep C shot just being in the room.
Yes, basically, yes. Yeah, you can you can scrape the HIV off the walls. I'm just
Whoa.
The good news is that HIV can't survive more than 24 hours outside of like living, human fluids. So it's probably dead.
Probably.
Maybe.
And then same bar, another night, I'm going to see a friend of mine. She worked the graveyard shift from midnight to 8. And this bar is right almost across the street from UNLV. So she gets a lot of college kids in there who, let's just face it, don't know their elbows from their assholes. And my friend's a very attractive gal, very tatted up. And there's some college frat boys in there who are just being frat boys. So she goes to use the restroom, and apparently there are 4 girls in there who are not filming a porn, but acting like they're filming a porn in there. And so she says to the girls, "Girls, why don't you take this up onto the stage there, and I'll buy your next round of drinks." And the frat boys who were giving her shit never said a word the rest of the night.
Yeah, that'd shut me up too.
Mm-hmm. So that's 2 stories. That's 2 stories at that bar. Then there's another bar, which has the same, for some reason, sanitary issues, and it's called the Double Down. This is a famous bar. It's this basically just a shithole shack of a bar in Vegas. It's a punk rock bar, but you could stay there for a few hours and you'll see every walk of life come through here. You'll see 3-piece suits, kids with the Liberty spikes, the goth kids with the patent leather from head to toe. You get all of it. Their bathrooms, they don't have doorknobs, so they don't close all the way. They clean, per se, except on the top of the toilet seat. There's one big clean spot, like perfectly clean spot. And then with Sharpie, they write on the top of the toilet, "Cocaine goes here."
What do you mean you don't sit the other way around on the toilet? I thought that's what the little shelf was for your comic book and your chocolate milk. Oh, man.
I'm sorry, what?
I used to frequent this bar in another part of Wyoming, and they rented out their basement, unbeknownst to most of their patrons, to a swingers club full of mostly dudes who looked like Michael Moore with a mullet.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, they lost a lot of business when that became public knowledge.
Yeah, I bet. Jeez.
Hey, Beak, and yes, dead on.
Oh, gross. And then the same bar at the Double Down has this one little thing that no other bar has. They offer something called puke insurance, where hey, Raquel, if you get to a point where you are so drunk, it's a $20 tip to the bartender. Where if you get too inebriated and you puke, if you paid your insurance, the bartender will clean it up. If you don't, they hand you a towel and a bucket of water and say, "Here you go."
I already know this because you told me this at the bar that you work at.
Yes.
Well,
true story.
while we were drinking.
Yes, which we don't offer that. So.
Any bar
Good to
fights?
know.
Surprisingly, as I've been bartending in Vegas for probably 15 years, and I've seen maybe 3.
Really?
Yep.
Shit, I've been in more bar fights than that. As a patron.
Yeah.
I've been in one.
That does not. The only thing that shocks me is it's only one.
Really?
Yeah,
You
I
have
was
a
thinking
bit of
that,
a
but I wasn't
temper.
gonna say it.
Wait, what'd you say, Sam?
Said you have a bit of a temper.
Me?
Yes, you.
A temper?
And you do proudly say that the violence is your middle name.
I don't seek out violence. It's just it comes to me. So
Uh-huh.
by natural nature, I have to defend myself.
I'm
If
curious
it's
if it's occurred to you that possibly your presence inspires violence.
Probably because I'm so tall and I'm very broad. So, girls with their, I don't know, 60 several little cocktails, they think they can you know, take a swing at me. But no, I put them in their place. What really happened, and I actually ended up winning. um, it was for my birthday. And for my birthday, it's the little golden crown that I have. And I have a really good, a guy friend. His name is Curtis. He's a big redneck cowboy friend of mine. So he came out with me. We went to like this little country music dance bar place, and
Ugh.
he's a jokester. I love country music. Sorry, JB. Get over it.
You'll learn.
Um, so my friend Curtis is a jokester, so I felt a lot of tugging on my head, me thinking it's him trying to take the crown off my head, and I look and it's not him, and it's this chunky Hispanic girl trying to steal my crown, and she's like, "I want it, like I'm gonna take it from you," and I like shoved her down, and I kicked her in the face, and they actually kicked her out.
So, Nomi, I have a question, a very important question
Yes.
about this. When you kicked her in the face, did you say this is Sparta?
No, I didn't. I just said like back off.
Now, now, I always know when, especially with the gals, when the bar fight's about to escalate. Now, Nomi, you tell me if this is true. When the earrings come out.
Ooh. Um, that's only if it's building up into anticipation for like, yeah, we're about to fight. But if it's like heat of the moment and you don't have any second thoughts of like, is this gonna ruin my ears? Is this gonna ruin my hair? No, you just go at it because I've seen those fights before.
Especially the hoops. Yeah, the hoops come out quick.
Yeah, if you don't take out the hoops, that means this girl does not fear death itself.
Yeah, if and here's the thing: if you don't take out the hoops, though, like they're coming out one way or
You're
the other.
Right,
yeah,
exactly.
your earlobes are fucked if you don't take your hoops out. That's why I don't wear earrings.
It's funny. So when a lot of boys who've especially never been around girls when they fight, they get the impression that it's all slap fighting and like hair pulling and name calling and all that stuff. I
Oh
have
no.
witnessed fights in my life between women and girls both. Like back when I was in high school, there was one particular one where two girls got into an argument and it escalated, screaming ensued, and the next thing I know, the one girl grabs the other by the back of her head, and I'm thinking, oh, she's going to pull her hair. No, she put her head through a locker.
That's my type of
Yep.
girl.
It
Now-
was
That's
it
my
was
type
very
of friend.
bloody.
When I was now, this is not a bar story. This is a story of fights. I did see what is vodka and sweet tea. Vodka, and sweet tea. It's gross. But there was a fight when I was a teacher, and I knew that when boys fight, you can have one adult come in and just push each boy to the side, and then they kind of cool down. You girls, oh no. I was waiting for another teacher to come in to each of us grab the arms of the girls and kind of pull them back. Well, one teacher was like, "Oh, I'm gonna stop this," and grabbed one of the girl and pinned her arms back, and the other girl who was in the fight, who was one of my students, just reared her back and just went and nailed her 3 straight times right in the face. Because you girls are mean.
Yeah, girls.
Yes, we can be mean. And that girl, like, I would actually offer, like, hey, can I get you a drink and can we be best friends? Because that was really cool what you just did.
Are you guys friends today?
What?
JV?
She was a student. I don't know.
Oh, that actually makes sense.
So, are you two still friends today?
Are you talking to me?
No, I'm asking Nomi.
Oh no, I would be friends with that person.
Oh,
I don't know who
okay.
that person is. I would just, if I saw that, I'd be like, yeah, can we be friends?
See.
I saw when I was stationed in South Korea, they had this boxing tournament that anybody could join.
Oh
They
no.
had personal trainers come in, the whole nine. And these two girls signed up for it. And one of them worked in finance. And I think the other one was in Signal or something like that. And the girl that was in Signal, she went and hired the personal trainer. The whole 2 months she was training, boxing, doing the whole thing. The girl that was in finance, we were like kind of telling her like, hey, don't you think that you need to go do what this girl is doing? This chick is out there. She's running. She's getting the best shape of her life at this point. And she's like, no, I don't need to. So we're laughing. So now we're all taking bets. We're like, man, okay, this chick's gonna get it. They get in the ring. They ring the bell. Both girls take 2 steps. The girl that was in finance knocked her out with one punch. Just hit her. She out cold. And when I say that it was cliche, they put her on a stretcher. Her knuckles were dragging on the floor.
Oh wow.
Oof.
She got knocked the fuck out.
Yeah, she did. I mean, it was. It wasn't. It was. It might have been 3 seconds. I don't think Tyson's knocked somebody out that fast.
Wow. But yeah. So
Heavy
I
hand.
I haven't been involved in any bar fights. I think I've broken up one in 15 years. So
Mm.
I almost
Well,
got into one not that long. Well, I wouldn't say not that long ago. Maybe like 6 years ago, because this one still is very vivid in my mind. Where like I
just one,
recognize, I
just one,
well,
just one.
yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
It's the same bar that this girl was trying to take the crown off my head. So when we
Maybe
went,
maybe there's a pattern there.
well, it is made for cowboys, so cowboys like to fight.
Do they
So
though?
yes, yeah. Oh, you're from Vegas. I didn't see any good cowboys out there, but I'm from the Southwest, and we see a bunch of cowboys and just want to go to the bars, have a good time, dance with a pretty lady, call it a night. And then if someone tries to act like a fool, they're gonna get their butts whipped. And I've seen those. And a lot of my good guy friends have been in those fights. I've only been in one. But me, this was for my friend's birthday, and I decided, hey, I will be the responsible one. I'm not gonna drink heavy. Um, you guys go crazy. I'll watch out for everybody. So my friend, it was her birthday. Of course, she got drunk, trying to take care of her. She had too much. Closed her tab, and as I was closing my tab, and mind you, my brother was with us too, celebrating our friend's birthday. So as I was closing the tab, a good friend of ours, I turned around and she got in my face, and she's from Australia, so she has a thick Australian accent. She grabs
Oi!
me. Yeah,
Oi!
kind of. Oh, yeah. But she grabbed me and she's like, your brother's about to get in this nasty ass fight with these 3 ghetto Mexican thugs. I was like, what the fuck? And I look over and I see these 3 like cholo looking dumb gangster wannabe guys yelling and spitting at my brother's face, and my brother is keeping his composure, not throwing any hands or anything. I was like, oh heck no, I'm not gonna let that happen, especially to my brother. Went over there.
Uh-oh.
A friend tried to stop me. He's like, no, it's okay, he can handle this. I was like, the hell he can. Like, I know he can, but I'm gonna have his back. Because one, my brother is a police officer, so this is nothing new to him. So when I got there, yes, these 3 guys recognized my brother because they've arrested him before, and they're like, yeah, like, you ruined my life. My kids saw me get
Oh,
arrested. My brother's like, play stupid games. You're gonna
you
get
get
some
stupid
stupid
prizes.
prizes. Yeah, like, well, don't do stupid shit for your kids in front of your kids, and you get, stupid prizes. And as he was like calmly explaining to them, like, hey guys, let me get you guys a drink. Let's put this behind us. that was a few years ago when I arrested you. And they were like, no, like just still trashing on my brother. And behind one of these guys, it was this girl, and she was staring at me like she was going to murder me with her eyes. It's like, oh, you're going to come at me if this fight does happen. Guess what? I'm ready. Like, I am ready to freaking destroy this bitch.
The hoops are out.
Yeah, I don't think she had any hoops on, so maybe she did put them in her back pocket and ready to go at it. It's like, you know what? Bring it.
So
Because
hoops are off, the shoes are off.
It's gonna go down. And then this is how intense I will get. I grabbed the nearest empty glass bottle of beer and I held it in my hand.
Oh, no.
Just in case, JV is like, if this girl does something dirty to me, I am not going to go down like a little bitch. So this girl's going to come down with me. And thankfully, the bouncers came. Broke it off. They actually kicked those guys out, and they kept my brother because the bouncers know who my brother is. And yeah, I was like, okay, I almost like ended this person's life. And my Australian friend was like, I saw the evil look she was giving you, and my money was gonna be on you because I knew you could take her. I knew you could fuck that bitch up. It's like, thank you so much for believing in me. So yeah, there's that.
Right.
I got a couple of takeaways from this story, especially the way that she told it there, Nomi. Number one, have you guys noticed how much more she swears when she's just an avatar?
Yep.
And number two, I mean, like I'm no saint. I swear all the time. It's just an observation, really. Number two, that Australian accent that you're doing, like, it is really good if it's like by way of Chechnya.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like to mimic a lot
Got a
of my
little
friends.
Slav. It's got a little Slav in there.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll work on my Slav accent versus my Australian accent. I'll work on both of them.
Well, because if your friends say Aussie, it's more of a derivation of English than
That's
it is
probably
Slavic.
a good plan, mate.
Right.
We're gonna go down and we probably go swimming with some sharks.
Right.
Maybe
Sharks.
maybe poke a crocodile in the edges.
Yeah, it's like
that
English and East Coast.
Don't try this at home, kiddies.
Right.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's not my
Forgot
best,
to say
but
crikey.
crikey.
Oi.
Oh,
But I'm glad I
Crikey.
could-
Oi, oi, oi. But
you Americans, you call them sharks. We call them guppies.
So, and the third thing is, speaking of bitches, you said you didn't want to go down like a little bitch. I'm going to put this in the chat for everybody. JB's got a merch link that involves bitches. If you're interested, you have, I think you said earlier today, 15 days left.
Correct.
Purchase his new design, which features Harley Quinn and, is it Ivy? Punchline. Yeah, and it I believe it states bitches on the design itself. All proceeds go to the Stuttering Foundation of America. And yeah, it's a charity that's near and dear to JB's heart, so we're helping him promote it while he's here. And
thank you.
It's also,
I actually bought a shirt, JD.
Nice. It's actually in the link is also in the description of the stream here as well.
So when you do, and when it comes, take a shot of you wearing the shirt, and then send it to me, and I'm going to make a big, and in my community tab, I'm going to link all of them together.
So take a shot while wearing the shirt. Got it.
Not take a shot. Take a picture of you wearing the shirt.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, I get a clear clarification.
I mean, you can take a shot. I mean, that's fine with me. You're more of a cocktail gal than a shot gal. I'm just saying.
Really? I thought she was more of like a Heineken or a Red Stripe.
Oh no.
I am my go-to is a Moscow Mule, but
That's
no,
not a
I'm a
cocktail.
I'm a shot girl. I can take shots.
Okay.
I
I
like
didn't say
alcohol.
you don't. I didn't say you don't, but your go-to is a cocktail.
It is a cocktail, but I'm not gonna start my night heavy with a shot.
Liquor before beer, you're in the clear. Beer before liquor, never been sicker.
That's only
There
mostly
is.
true.
I was gonna say there is truth to that. Yes,
So
but that's why I like to carb up before I go drinking.
yeah, man. No wonder Dermy's pissed.
Oh,
He's off carbs, but he's still drinking
Oh.
like a seasoned alcoholic.
Yeah.
oh.
Which
Well,
is
he's losing weight. He's working out. He's losing weight, and so he's got on this like full on keto thing. So he's not eating any carbs at all.
well, does he drink beer? Because
I
that's all
think he
carbs.
drinks pretty much anything he can get his hands on.
Okay, so you see, was it because cannoli Sasquatch is on the keto as well, and he will drink like Tito's and like Coke Zero, or like the Bacardi and Coke is a zero stuff that doesn't those two liquors are probably your best bet for a keto type diets.
Yeah, I don't think he's that picky. He's an alcoholic.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure he's got his preferences, but you know how it is. Sometimes when you're hard up, you just grab the first thing that's got like any kind of alcohol in it at all. I mean, peroxide will work in a pinch.
Mouthwash.
Yeah.
Peroxide and mouthwash.
I mean,
Ew.
I wouldn't mix those together, but
Sure.
one at a time, maybe.
Right.
Raquel.
I couldn't do either. Peroxide.
That-
I never thought of that.
Man, when I was
Not
young,
a drinker, Larry?
No, not really.
when I was
Really?
young and doing my thing, we used to upend like a couple of bottles of Robitussin.
Tussin.
We used to
You
call it
run out?
robo tripping because if you ingest that much of that shit at one time,
It'll fuck you
after
up.
you finish vomiting, because
Yes.
you will vomit, there is no getting around that.
Nope.
You are going to go on a trip that makes LSD look like candy.
What's this stuff called?
Robitussin.
Robitussin.
Oh, Robitussin.
Yeah, there's an
Yeah, cough
ingredient
syrup.
in it that if you ingest enough of it in one go, it'll make you hallucinate like crazy.
Hey, weren't NFL players using that, like mixing it years ago, and they were calling it scissor or something like that? Didn't a couple of NFL
grape
football
drink?
players get in trouble?
Like grape drink.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I was on a mission trip, quote unquote, and some kid on our trip did the rope and tussin thing, and I didn't know that was a real thing until this kid did it.
Oh boy.
The
And
first time they
this
told
is the
me. So sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, this is like when we were working at Disney World.
Oh, that's so
Oh,
cute.
I bet
Well, I
Mickey
found-
was terrifying.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, can you imagine that with those big? It probably looked like Five Nights at Freddy's, some big old ears and stuff. No telling what he was seeing.
Hi, kids.
Shark's teeth on the mouse.
Right.
yeah. No, so that's why I was like, where did Logan go? And then one of my friends / coworkers like, yeah, he got he got sent home. And so when I was told he got sent home, like back to wherever we're living in Florida, they're like, no, he was sent home to wherever the hell he's from. I was like, oh, like what happened? Like, well, he started tripping over the tussin.
I'll be right
I
back,
didn't
folks.
believe it. I thought they were just trying to like pull a joke on me, and they're like, no, like he really did. Did you not like see him weirded out on the shift? It's like, oh, I thought he just like had too much energy drinks.
I used to have these stoner buddies who had a closet in the middle of their house, and they didn't keep anything in this closet. And then they painted the inside of it solid black, and then they put a bunch of glow in the dark stars and like rainbows and shit in there. And the very first time you went robo tripping with them, they stuck you in that closet and left you there.
Dang,
Wow.
Yeah.
that's some mean friends.
But it's a wild time.
I'm hearing all these like new things of like new ways to trip. before I moved away from Denver back to El Paso, I had a really good friend, and I saw he had morning glories, like the flowers. He had seeds of those, and he had a molcajete. That's the best way I can describe it. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right in English. A motor and pestle. Like you could just grind things up with
Mortar
it.
and pestle.
Yeah, okay. Okay. A motor and pestle and a pitcher. I was like, oh, what's this for? He's like, have you ever done a morning glory trip? I was like, I don't know what that means. He's like, so you get the morning glory seeds and you make a paste into it with water and like something else, and you put it in the pitcher with the water, you put it in the refrigerator for 3 days, and it like ferments or something like that. So you drink it and it takes you on a trip, like a very dreamy trip, like you fall asleep with it. I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to try that. He's like, oh my gosh, we should do it one of these days. Like we'll have amazing dreams. Like, I don't want to do that. So yeah, people are getting creative with the trips.
Well, they always have been. I mean, this has been around for ages and ages. Carrie, I also have a mortar and pestle. I just haven't used it for anything in about 10 years. But yeah, it's you got things like ayahuasca, things like peyote, obviously the magic variety of mushrooms, which hilariously, by the way, for those of you who don't know anything about that, and I'm going to go ahead and recommend that you just continue along your innocent lives without exploring any of this stuff. But the variety of mushrooms that is sold on the streets as a hallucinogen looks, smells, and tastes nearly identical to another variety of mushrooms that doesn't make you hallucinate and just kills you.
Yes.
No. Happened to a kid I went to high school with. Somebody sold him a bag of the wrong kind.
Oh no.
Yeah.
See, that's why I never got mixed up in that stuff. I've seen too many incidences of people drinking the wrong thing. Hell, I'll tell you what. You know how I knew that when I drink, I go straight to the hangover. There's no buzz. There's no happy running period. I was at a party and a girl that liked me spiked my drink.
You know,
And I
what,
had to be at work the next morning.
what did she spike it with specifically? Do you know?
She put it was she tried to play it off, but I remember her saying vodka and some other stuff, fruit and stuff like that.
Hmm.
And I was pissed because I was like, I have to drive home, and this stuff had already kicked in. It's 10 o'clock at night. I'm working at a grocery store. I start work at 6 a.m. Now I'm driving home at midnight. I've got this headache that won't go away. I can't sleep. And me with my work ethic, where I should have called in, I chose not to. And that was the worst 8 hours of my life.
Hmm.
Because I could not tell my job that I had showed up there. I didn't even think about it. Like, man, I could have got fired for showing up hungover like that. I didn't even think
Oof.
about that until now.
Hangovers are gnarly.
So good. Good for you, man. If that's as extreme as it ever got for you, then good for you. I am not going to go into detail about a lot of the things I went through and was around and allegedly did. But
Allegedly.
What about some of your octagon stuff?
Allegedly.
For those of you
Allegedly.
for those of you that don't know, uh, our main host here, Samuel, is a living, breathing Mortal Kombat character.
I mean, it was years ago, man. But yeah, I did some cage fighting when I was in my 20s.
Wow.
Nothing professional. It was all local circuit, unpaid. Doing it for fun and I mean, quote unquote health, I guess. I was in great shape, but I was always covered in bruises and healing from something. So,
Gotcha.
but it was. I enjoyed the hell out of it. But yeah, I got to the octagon quite a few times in my mid to late 20s, and my issue was never that I was never the best at any of it. My ground game kind of sucks. I'm not a bad striker. The fact that I'm 6'5" gives me a tremendous reach advantage, which is also
Right.
very cool. but parts of me are double jointed, and I have an extraordinarily high tolerance for pain, which allows me to last longer than a lot of other people.
Gotcha.
So even better fighters than me, and there were a lot of better fighters than me. But it just sometimes all I had to do was just wear them out, take the punches.
Rope a dope them.
Yeah.
You couldn't dodge the punches. You just took them.
Well, you have to keep in mind my mindset at the time, which is not, the healthy, glowing mindset that it is today. At the time, I had an attitude problem, and I may or may not have had a bit of a walking death wish. I didn't believe I was going to live to see 30, and I was doing everything I could short of actually ending myself to make sure that happened. So no, I didn't dodge punches or anything like that. As far as I was concerned, I didn't care who won or lost a fight so long as someone got hurt.
Alrighty.
It was not a healthy time in my life in terms of like my psychology and my, everything like that. In terms of physically, yeah, I was in great shape. I could do all kinds of shit then that I can't do now. But yeah, no, it was a bit of a dark time. Divided Kingdom, hello, sir. Welcome to the show. And good morning to you as well. I say this because he's in England, and they're 7 hours ahead of us, so it would be like 5 a.m. where he's at 6 a.m. where he's at. Here it's almost 11 o'clock p.m. So it's not even midnight yet. But Divided Kingdom, by the way, I made the announcement a little bit earlier on Legion Talk on Ryan's channel on the Royal Rumble that we will be having the Divided Kingdom as a guest for Screaming Into the Void tomorrow afternoon. So
nice.
Nice. Yeah. Yep, met him through a mirror the other day. Been chatting with him a little bit. He's a cool dude. He's got a lot to say about what's going on over there in England. So
wow.
Yeah, I watched some of when he was on Chaotic Truth, and I couldn't believe what I saw. JV, he showed a video of people taking down the British flag and letting it drop to the ground, and we're hanging pride flags in its place.
Well, it's no longer Pride Month; it's Pride Life.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, yeah, thanks for stopping by, buddy. We will talk to you tomorrow. Actually, talk to you tomorrow. We'll have you on the show tomorrow afternoon. So that'll be a good time.
Yeah.
Which for Sam, Pride Month ends in about an hour and 15 minutes.
I mean, it's always Pride Month here, baby.
Oh.
I mean, it ends in 18 minutes for me.
Yeah, no, we do it prison style. It ends when I say it ends.
Oof,
Well,
okay.
it's already over where I'm at, so I'm gonna go with that.
Yeah. Raquel, we are simulcasting on 2 YouTube channels, both my channel and JB's, and then also currently. So
We should be streaming on Nomi's right now.
well,
I didn't even think about that until right now.
I don't have that set up yet. I'm kind of waiting until I start my streaming.
yeah, we'll work on that when she's ready. So
Yeah.
no worries.
Yeah,
Don't rush me. Don't rush
Yeah,
me.
no pressure.
It's my first time.
So also,
Somehow I doubt that.
Oh, you're okay.
don't worry, we'll be gentle.
No, we just protect him.
Just a tip.
It's never
That's
just
where
a
I'm
tip.
from.
So Suka, I'm really not that scary. I went through some shit and I did some shit and I came out the other side a lot more well adjusted and alive than I have a right to be on either count.
Right.
Yeah, so you have nothing to worry about unless you're a reptile.
Oh boy,
That's
here
that's
we go
that's
again.
fake.
No,
fake
I was
news.
gonna leave.
Fake news.
Fake
That's
news.
not fake news. That's live news.
It's fake news. It's totally fake news. You're sitting over there and you're spilling all the fake news, telling all these people things that are just not true. And I'm here telling you that I'm the greatest. I'm huge.
Huge.
I didn't
If you
want to know that.
if you continue to talk like that, Samuel, I would never have guessed it would be you talking.
You know what? Actually, one of these days I'll get Maester Chow to do his Trump impression. It's fantastic.
Oh, it is. I've heard it.
It's the greatest. It's the best. I know lots of impressions about me, and that impression is by far the greatest.
Hey,
So
Queen,
Queen
welcome to the
Lala,
show.
Queen Lala for me, I think I feel more ladylike because I'm more aware. Like, oh shoot, dude, I can't act messy because I'm not a messy girl. And don't look at me like that. But also
I've seen
don't.
you drunk. Remember this.
Yeah, yeah.
Remember, I've seen you drunk.
Um,
Yeah,
But I
I heard
didn't do
something
anything.
about that. Like you were walking out, like your knees were bent, and you were like
No,
walking out like a
no,
crab or something.
that is a lie. That was a lie by Tyler the Redbeard. I did not walk out of that bar with wobbly knees and tripping everywhere. I got a Uber and went back to my resort because I was a lady and I'm like, no, if I continue drinking and if I continue like being out in public, I know people will start talking. Even if they already started talking, I'm not going to do this anymore.
Uh-huh.
Because you'll make drunk phone calls to R to the Icky and saying Biden in 2024. Woo!
Joe Biden,
we gotta.
2024.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, Queen Lala, if you're so Queen Lala says that
Yeah,
she's imbibing a bit and her husband's knocked out. Hey, draw $20 is $20, big boy on it
don't
on
do
his
that.
face. No,
Don't do that. We got a couple other
No.
chats we need to address here too. Raquel, the reason that you're not seeing that is because you're watching from Joker's
My
channel.
channel.
Most of these chats are on my channel. I see everything on the StreamYards. It all comes up there.
Likewise.
But yeah, that's why you're not seeing the other chats. It's just because they're on another channel, but both channels are seeing the whole show
Right.
rather. Simulcasting's a bit of a new thing that we're trying out, and there are a few hiccups and a few things that I wish were a little bit smoother, but otherwise, it's a good thing.
But it has done great. It has done great for my hours,
Mhm.
my viewing hours.
Yep. Yep. Queen Lala just said she's well. Then I'd say you won the drinking game.
yeah,
Yeah.
and don't do what I said seriously because I don't want him waking up and blowing up at you.
Yep.
Right.
Maester Chow has not been around because he's been very, very busy with his real life day job, which is pretty much on call all the time. So when he's
Gotcha.
home, he doesn't get online too much anymore. He just
Yeah.
goes to sleep. So he did say, I talked to him yesterday. He did say that he would likely be here for Screaming to the Void as much as he's able to anyway next weekend. We'll probably see an appearance from him, but yeah, it's just his day job and his family life keeps him pretty busy outside of the YouTubeverse, as it were. So we don't see as much of him as we'd like on here.
And Maester Child's he's a hard worker. So
Mhm.
my hat's off to him.
He's gonna work himself into the grave, actually. But yeah, because he does. He works really hard, too hard, one might say. Don't talk shit about Joker's chat. Oh man. So yes, are we getting into the bad movie I watched?
Yes, my friend. Yeah.
Well, I was thinking of something maybe because Nomi came unprepared.
Okay.
Maybe if each of us do a quick top 3, top 5 scary thing we've seen or read, movie, TV show, or book, do whatever.
I'm down with that.
Oh, it's simple for me. It's Sam's face.
Oh.
Fuck you.
Wow.
Just
Okay,
kidding.
so Nomi has just lost her co-host spot. We're just gonna take that.
She didn't lose her co-host spot. I'm just gonna be salty with her for a while.
Yeah. But you know what? I will say this though. For those of you who have never seen Sam, right?
Oh no, I meant like because Sam is a creature from outer space. So like if you think, if you think Cthulhu is scary, yeah,
Cthulhu.
It's a hard
Cthulhu.
take.
There we go. Yeah,
Well,
Cthulhu is scary. Yeah, Samuel's space is scarier.
Sam does has tendrils, so
what I was
And that's
gonna
the
say,
scary thing, his tentacles.
Yeah, what I was gonna say is and Nomi, you and Joker are 100% right. I saw something maybe a few months ago that nobody else saw, and I don't think Samuel even knows it. So, Master Child went out of town, and he's got a couple of dogs and a cat, right? Samuel's talking to me about the dog and the cat, and we're trying to talk, and I can tell he's visibly getting annoyed. Now of course he doesn't hate the animals, but it's hard to talk when you got them barking up the storm. His eyes were changing color. I was laughing. I had to turn my camera off because I'm watching his eyes turn gray and green. It was hilarious. It was his chin fur was waving out. It looked like he stuck
Chin
his
fur?
yeah, well, his beard. There's a reason why he
Okay.
has tentacles, because his beard looks like tentacles, but it
Oh.
straightened out like as if he stuck his finger in a wall socket. It was the funniest thing I'd ever seen.
Wow.
Well, I'm glad you found us. I'm glad you found us, Raquel. That's very cool. And for again, for those of us who are here in the chat who aren't familiar with my channel, we do this show every Friday night. There's another show we do on Saturday afternoons, and a third show I do with several buddies of mine on Sunday afternoons. And then, whatever else happens in the middle of the week happens. I just recently did a solo stream about an hour and 15 minutes a couple nights ago. Go watch that. I'm kind of proud of that one.
I know.
So, but yeah, so Sharks of the Corn.
Okay. Sharks of the Corn. Here we go.
Sharks of the Corn is not a good movie. It's
shocking.
Kind of barely a movie. I loved it. I don't know how else to put it.
Again, shocking.
Look, okay, so I'd appreciate it if the chat would do me a favor. One's if you want me to spoil it, and two's if you don't, because that will depend on how much I can tell you. So, it's something most of you likely have never heard of. and may never see. So, I mean, I'm not against like telling you what's in the movie, but I just, if you think you might want to see it.
So Sam, for folks who are not regulars here, why don't you explain what your favorite type of cinema is?
Bad movies.
Okay, now define bad. I mean,
shockingly bad, possibly made in someone's garage.
Okay.
With like an 8mm. But okay, so I'm seeing a lot of ones in the chat. Sharks of the Corn. So the other night I was bored and I was awake because I have crippling and chronic insomnia, which is super fun. So I'm scrolling through Amazon looking for something to watch to kill the time since I'm not sleeping anyway. And I come across there are so many movies with shark in the title or involving some kind of shark thing on Amazon Prime right now. It is rich with bad shark movies, including I saw that they have Sharknado 2 on there again on Prime. But
oh God.
So, and those movies are better, by the way, than the one I watched last night.
Well, that's a low bar.
So this movie, Sharks of the Corn, think Jaws, but in a cornfield. But they're not land sharks; they're just sharks.
I thought it was like a mixture of Jaws and Children of the Corn.
They kind of there are a lot of Jaws references. There's a character named Chief Scheider. And another one named Benchley.
Oh God!
Which is for those who don't know, Peter Benchley wrote the novel that became Jaws. So yeah, it was a lot of fun for me on that level. A lot of like in jokes and stuff. Towards the end, there's a bit where bad things are happening, and our who I presume are our heroes. It's kind of hard to tell with the characters in this movie. And one of them says, "Gosh, we should really probably do something instead of sitting here watching this like it's some kind of bad movie."
Self-aware. Okay.
It is very self-aware. So basically, it revolves around these sharks are eating people in the corn, or at least that's the assumption, because nobody knows for sure. Because every time that they show up, they eat whoever's there. No, there are no witnesses. As it turns out, there is a global cult of shark enthusiast murderers who have been killing people to get enough martyr sacrifices to summon the great white shark goddess to the earth to elevate them to a higher half human, half shark form that is above the pettiness and the ugliness of the human race, and then to devour everything. On the surface, this sounds like a ridiculous, over-the-top kind of plot, and it is, but it's all filmed like on a handheld camera with people wearing rubber shark masks, like you can see their eyes through the mouth. It's just, oh man! But there are a lot of like cool little fun jokes in there. They make fun of coronavirus and lockdowns at least 2 times. There's at one point somebody hands the chief of police a backpack and she's like, yeah, I got this backpack at a mostly peaceful protest, and they pull out a gun, a knife, and a grenade. And then later on that backpack comes back and this guy's looking through it and he's like, yeah, this must have come from some kind of mostly peaceful protest. God. It came out last year. It's terrible, and I enjoyed the shit out of it. I did have to finish it right before we went on the stream because I actually fell asleep because there's a bit of a lull towards the end. I just drifted off, but
you just jerked it off. That's gross.
Yeah, I caught that too.
Yeah.
Well, there's one of the worst films I've ever seen of late, and for that I go to the Tubi app, which is just a treasure trove of bad B films.
Yeah, it is.
It really is. There was a film called Don't Fuck in the Woods 2.
What?
I mean, that's
Two?
basically the plot of Friday the 13th.
Right. But yes, 2, which means there was a 1. There was a first.
Wow.
And it is just, I'm like, oh dear God, this is absolutely god awful. And then I watched a film that this one recommended as his favorite film, and I'm like, oh Sam, I knew you had bad taste, but dear God.
I recommended that one to you because I love that movie. Hey Wookie, good to see you.
Hi.
But it is not in fact my favorite film. My favorite film of all time is and was and always shall be Jaws.
Oh, Jaws is a great film.
Jaws is the greatest movie ever made. Fucking fight.
Yeah, I won't go that far. I mean, it's up there. It's definitely up there. I would put like Jaws, the original Star Wars. God, maybe like something like Close Encounters, Raiders of the Lost Ark are some of the best films ever made.
Suka, I haven't actually seen The Room. I've heard about it, but I've never gone out of my way to watch it, so I don't know. I always got kind of a Rubber vibe from it. I don't know if you guys saw Rubber, about the tire with telekinetic head explodey powers.
Yeah,
I've never heard of it.
Thanks.
Fair enough. Appreciate it.
It all adds up, man.
God,
so what you're saying is, what Wookie is saying is he came to this stream to fall asleep. So he means we're talking.
Wow.
Well, I choose to think of him as being nice and generous with the watch
yes.
hours, but
yes.
But he also said he's doing it for Joker too. So is he watching on Joker Simulcast?
Yeah.
So he's falling asleep on you, JD.
You know what? I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
So, Joker's top. Since you suggested you said the top 3, right?
Top 3, top 5, like movie or book or something that was like legitimately scared you.
You mean recently or all around?
All time.
Okay. I could do that.
I've got 3.
Okay.
All right. So the first one, which is my favorite video of all time, Thriller. I might have been around 5 or 6 when it came out.
Dear God,
and
old fuck.
The nightmares I had out of that movie. I mean, and it was a music video, but the way that Michael did it was basically a 13-minute movie.
Right.
And I think to this day, I've never watched something that was only 13 minutes but felt much longer than it was, you know. And to
Gotcha.
me, that's a shout out. And of course, the guy that directed the video was the same guy that directed American Werewolf in London, which is also
Good.
a
Good
favorite
John
of
show.
mine.
Landis. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
The second one was the first Resident Evil video game,
Okay.
and it wasn't the zombies and everything. It was a funny encounter because a buddy of mine had it and he was gonna let me play it, and it was right at the beginning, and he said, "Hey, because you're in the mansion," and he goes, "Hey, oh yeah, here's a controller, go ahead and start." And he says,
Go down this
"No
hallway.
matter," he says, "no matter what," he says, "whatever you do, don't open the front door and go out." And I said, "Wait a minute," I said, "Aren't you locked in the mansion?" He said, "No, you're not." But he said, "Trust me, whatever you do, don't go out." So I just thought he was joking. He got up and walked off somewhere, and I opened the door and went to walk out, and I don't even know what that thing was, but it was a major jump scare. It just I put that controller down, and I've never been able to play a Resident Evil game ever since.
Hmm.
Never been able to play one ever since. In fact, it actually that for some reason that actually ruined scary games. I can't do it, and I don't know why. It just I don't know. But the third thing, golf,
Golf.
Say what
golf,
now?
golf. The game golf, where you actually buy clubs. You
Care
go
to
out.
explain? Okay. Okay.
Sure. I liken it to another story that I saw that it's not something scary. It's more of something embarrassing that you would see on YouTube. But I was going out with a friend, the same friend, and his dad was going to the driving range. I went with him, and there were some pretty girls that were, playing golf, and I was trying to impress them, and I didn't know what the hell I was doing,
Oh shit.
and I didn't realize that I had put the club at the wrong angle, and so of course when I was going to hit it, it was going to slice, which it did. So I hit it, and I'm looking, and it was so fast. I hit it, and I looked, and I didn't see it. I turn around, and next thing I know, I'm on the ground in pain. The ball sliced, went backwards, hit a pole, came back and hit me right in the nuts. I had nightmares for a week of getting hit in the nuts by golf balls.
Oh god. Oh. Oh.
So you passed out from the pain then, right?
I didn't
Oh.
pass out, but I might as well have. I was on. I that was the day I found out just how hard a golf ball is when it's got some velocity to
They're
it.
yeah,
Oh wow.
they're pretty painful.
Yeah.
That is a glorious
Oh
story.
yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
glad. I'm so glad that you told me that.
Yeah. That week was horrible. And then on top of that, and this is when I was living in L.A. And this is the next week. I go out to watch Jurassic Park 2 with some friends, and
Mm.
it's raining that day, and the movie theater was right on Hollywood Boulevard, and it had like 5 rows of stairs. So you know how you have a row of stairs, and then
Mm.
the stairs will go straight a little bit, and then it'll go up again, and then
Hey,
it'll
Clue.
straighten out a bit, and it'll go up again, right? So I'm
Mm.
wearing tan pants. I'm wearing a tan shirt that I had open, and I'm wearing a black shirt, underneath it, right? And we go watch the movie. I fell asleep, and you remember that scene where there was a wall and the dinosaurs busted through? So I fell
Mm.
asleep when they busted through. That woke me up, and I about jumped 2 feet out of my chair. Right. So now I'm flabbergasted. I'm definitely awake now. We go to leave. There's a full on storm going. Now most stairs when you're outside, most stairs are made out of granite. They're rough. They're rough. This was made like the smooth interior of a hotel, where it's just hard, and it's hard and smooth, and you can buff it out. All the rows of stairs are like that. There's a group of girls, and when I say they all look like models, there's about 7 of them standing there like at the bottom of the stairs with umbrellas. I go to put on my umbrella, and my friend Tony looks at me. He says, "Hey man, I bet you won't go talk to any of those girls." And I was like, "Shoot, yes I am." I was like, "They're fine as heck." So got my umbrella up. I walk over to the edge. I take one step, slipped, fell on my butt, and slid all the way down and landed right in front of them.
And what'd you say?
They didn't give me a chance to say anything. They started laughing and walked away.
Aw.
And I just sat there in the rain because I realized that when I fell on my butt, I didn't just fall. I caught air, and my umbrella, because of the wind, had blew away. So I'm sitting there, and my friend Tony comes downstairs, and he goes, "You're a real friend." I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "That could have been me." And he goes, "How your butt feel?" And I'm just like, "Really?" And I'm like, "Where's my umbrella?" I'm looking for my umbrella. Never found it.
Okay,
Now I'm walking
so
down Hollywood Boulevard, soaked in a tan-colored outfit.
it's not so much that it's scary for you; it's traumatizing. Smooth floors and golf balls. Okay, got it.
I mean, it kind of sounds like you spent a good portion of your life living in a Three Stooges movie, man.
Basically.
Then when I was younger, I had the worst luck.
Yeah, clearly, that sucks, man.
And now I'm kind of looking at my daughter kind of sideways because my son's happy. He loves everybody. My daughter, I don't know. My wife and everybody, they think she's just the sweetest thing, and because she's so cute. And last week, my wife's holding her, and she was like, "Oh, you're just the cutest little baby," and da da da. Da. And she's looking at Anastasia, and she's laughing. Sage is smiling and going through the whole thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
She put her on her shoulder, and she turns around. She's still rubbing her and kissing her cheek. She turns around. Sage looks. Now, keep in mind, she's 9 weeks old at this time. At this point, she looks at me and gives me the middle finger.
Okay.
Yeah, that tracks.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I don't know about this kid because she smiles at everybody else but me.
Well, children. Children can sense evil. So.
Then
Yeah,
every kid in the country will be running as far as they could away from Nomi. They don't know if they're gonna get beat up, kicked in the chest. They don't know. Clothesline, spear, tackled.
They shouldn't be in my way anyway. But a funny story. Back in 18, a good friend of mine in college, he got married, and
that's scary.
Yeah, that is pretty scary. But he's doing good. He's a dad now for the second time. His daughter was born just a few weeks ago. He's living his best life. But yeah, best girlfriend. From what I've seen, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Actually, all of us as friends during college, we thought we honestly thought he was never gonna get married because not like he's not a bad looking dude. He's a pretty good looking guy, but just like what girl would like him? And sure enough, yeah, he found a wife. Oh, well, good for him. We're happy. We're happy because he's happy. Anyway, at his wedding, I think I liked his wedding out of all my friends' wedding because they had a breakfast burrito. No, I wish they wanted one, but their parents were very Christian conservative.
Whatever.
And I know.
Jesus turned water into wine.
So I know.
Loosen up.
So whenever I get married, best believe there will be an open bar, despite whatever my parents say. Just letting you know, open bar at my wedding. So my friend, he got married, and I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with the dollar dance. I don't know if that's like
yep.
Okay, cool. All right, so dollar dance.
Wait. At a wedding.
Yes, different dollar dance, dude. I
had to remember to what town I live in. I'm like, okay.
No, this is in a little Durango, Colorado. Nothing happens there.
Oh.
I mean,
Go on.
I'm pretty sure things do happen, but nothing like Vegas. Anyway, to my friend's wedding, paid my dues, got a dance with my friend, and so like I said, I like country music and so does he. So he and I were good dance partners. So we would do like the little twisty turny, spinning around, dipping, diving, country type music dancing. So he spun me out. As he spun me out, I felt this massive thud on my left side. I'm like, what the fuck was that? And then we look, and next thing we see is this little girl skidding across the dance floor.
Oh,
I knocked this little girl out
Ooh.
with my butt, and we're like, "Oh shit!" Like, I didn't
I
see
told
her,
you.
and yeah,
I
like
just said it.
Wait, I just like, it's not my fault. We did, and it's not our fault. We did
It's
not
not my
see her.
fault.
Nomi,
It really
your hips
wasn't.
don't lie.
They really don't.
they also don't
And
pull their
Joker,
punches, apparently. That kid is concussed.
Right? Well, bang! Whoa!
You said sliding across the floor. She was like limp too, huh?
well, she started crying. So if I could
That's
do that to a little
glorious.
kid, imagine what I. Never mind. I'm not gonna finish that.
No,
Yeah.
go
Um,
ahead, finish it. This is horror
no,
movie
no, no.
night, so
Yeah,
no, I'm not gonna finish that.
that's glorious.
And so we're like, oh shit, like no, this little girl, like she's crossing the street, or not the street, she's crossing the floor, and she's skidding, and now she's crying, and next thing you hear, while we realized that she was skidding across the dance floor, all we can hear around us was people going, ooh. I was like, oh, it's that bad.
Oh,
And then I went walking to
Welcome
my
to
friend who came
Daredevil.
with me. Yeah. Well, I went walking to my friend who came with me as my date. I was like, I can't believe I hit that little girl. My friend's like, you go back there, you go talk to the mother, and you apologize. Like, okay. So I went up to the mom. I was like, hey, I'm so sorry. I did not see your daughter on the floor. I hope she's okay. And the mom literally was like holding her daughter while she's crying. Mom looked at me and she's like, it's okay. She shouldn't have gotten your way anyway. I was like,
nice.
all right. This mom is probably over it with her daughter.
Yeah, she shouldn't have. I
Yeah.
mean, honestly, yeah, she shouldn't have been on the dance floor. But it's kind of a mother's job to make sure that doesn't happen in the first place.
Mm,
Yeah,
yeah.
well, I think she's like her third kid, so that's why she's like, yeah, I don't care.
Oh yeah, at that point, she's learned that they bounce.
Yeah,
Right.
she's like, they're okay. She's at a wedding and trying to enjoy anything because there's no alcohol at that wedding. So
So
yeah,
she survived Nomitron Part 2.
Yeah. See, when JB suggested this, like tell things that were scary that we've encountered. I didn't think we were telling like personal horror stories.
yeah, like traumatizing stories. That would.
Oh, I've got
this
another
took a-
one. I've got
this
another one,
took a dark
JB, if you
turn.
guys want to hear it.
Sure.
pray tell, Larry.
I was asleep. It was December 28th, 2014. I'm asleep. The lights are off. I wake up. Don't know why. Feeling funny. I turn on the lights. The entire house is on fire.
Yeah, that's
Fire
pretty
department
scary.
is there, and they're telling me because where my room was, the back door was, to go out into the backyard and, go out into the open garage and I could run out, right? The back door wouldn't open. The fire's coming towards me. Next thing I know, I'm like, I gotta go through the front door, past the fire, which I managed to. And the fire department was already on top. They were, trying to put it out. And the fire chief told me, he said, another 2 minutes and we wouldn't have been able to get you out of there. I said, what do you mean? He said, because of the way that the fire was, for safety reasons, if I had been in there another 2 minutes, they would have had to let me burn to death.
Wow.
And all because my landlord, instead of her getting an electrician, because it was like a duplex, instead of her getting an electrician to fix the electricity on the other side, on the other property, she got some handyman that didn't know what he was doing. The socket that caught fire, guess what was plugged into it? Nothing.
Wow.
A 90-year-old woman lived in there and almost died. She got out before everybody was out. My mother had ran out. My sisters, they ran out and left me in the house and knew I was in there. I come out and I'm just looking at them like, y'all was just gonna leave me in there to burn, and they were like, yeah.
Loving family.
Wow. That's
And they were serious. But I guess maybe it's just the whole fight or flight type of thing. But yeah, it was crazy. And then the landlord, she was like, she didn't like the lady up front, and fire chief was like, hey, can you put this lady up in a hotel? And our landlord was like, hell no, I'm not doing nothing for her. And we were
wow.
like, really? This is your fault. We were
Sounds like
like,
someone was trying to make a insurance claim.
Mm,
I don't know.
that's true.
I don't know what she was thinking, but the fire chief, they investigated it and they came back and they even said it. They were like, nothing was plugged into that socket. It just caught fire due to bad wiring.
So it was hot
That-
this whole time.
That I would have to. I wouldn't want to see this
Thanks.
Clue.
socket. Yeah, right. I would want to see the socket. Because typically when you get a fire like that, an electrical fire that starts in a wall, it doesn't start in the socket itself. They're built specifically to prevent that. So yeah, I would want to know how old was this place?
It was 100 years old.
Yeah, then it probably had gold wiring in the walls, which has a tendency, while it
Ooh.
conducts electricity better than copper does, it also will catch fire. That could have been any
Right.
part of that house, any wiring in the walls in that house.
Well, all I care about is the fact that I was dang near crispier than the chicken I ate the other day.
Yeah, yeah.
That would do it.
If y'all thought he was dark now,
Yeah,
Wow.
you know.
y'all would have been screaming into the void for real. You've been looking right at me and wouldn't have known.
He would have been extra fried.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I don't have any stories like that. I mean, this
No,
one
I
time
don't,
at
man.
band camp, as a joke, I've never been to band camp in my life.
There was this counselor, and we went on a hike, and
Yeah.
told me to take my shirt off.
I have been extraordinarily lucky in terms of things that should have killed me. So, because it keeps happening. Things almost kill me, but don't. Yeah.
Well, have you ever gotten drunk and woke up next to somebody that you wish you hadn't woke up next to?
Man, I got drunk once
No.
and woke up 5 states away from where I started.
What the? Dang.
In a field
That's a
somewhere.
little, that's a little
And
heavy.
Larry, the answer to that question is yes, numerous times.
Yeah, it's I have as well, but yeah, no, like as far as like waking up in strange places near strange people, that's par for the course when you party like that.
Right. It's kind of like, where am I? Oh God, no! Damn it! Shit. Right.
You know what, Carrie? To this day I have no idea how I got there.
I wouldn't either. That's a new one. That is a new one.
I know it took about 2 weeks to find my way back home. So,
But okay, so you were living where, and what state did you end up in?
it was Colorado at the time, and I think I ended up in I think it was Indiana.
What?
Shit.
Good
Did you
night.
take a
Wow.
flight?
Good Lord.
I don't know because I was very drunk, and I'm pretty sure I was drunk for more than a day. So,
What'd you do? Get on an Amtrak?
it's possible. I don't know.
That's hilarious.
Which is scary because I actually have a cousin who lost his leg trying to jump onto a freight train once.
Oh no!
And
Wow.
the only reason he didn't bleed out was because the force of the pressure of the train versus the rail itself pinched the wound shut, prevented him from bleeding out. So he laid there till 6 in the morning before anybody found him because it was out in the middle of fucking nowhere in South Dakota.
Wow. So I gotta say, Sam, that's something I've never even heard of before. So you got one.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I'm pretty sure it wasn't just alcohol in my system, but I'm not 100% sure, and I couldn't tell you what else it was.
Right.
So yeah, clue. It just it was a thing. I hung out with some very disreputable people in those days. It could have been literally anything. Yeah, my last memory was I was at a house party in Colorado, drinking. Prior to that, and then waking up somewhere else. Not even sure how I got there.
Clue. That's funny. Which makes a lot of sense. Which is plausible.
I have been to Four Corners several times. So, but I was sober for each of them. Yeah, that's one of those places where you can like stand in 4 different states at the same time.
Right.
Yeah. And also when you jump back, or where's the international date line? If you find that, you can kind of time travel a little bit.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. So, I don't know, man. It was also like 20 years ago. I don't remember. I'm also less. I think you're probably more invested in finding out the mystery than I am at this point.
Right.
It just wasn't that important. It was more important that I get home and that I get home in one piece, which I did.
Obviously,
I ended up having to do some work to get enough money for a bus ticket back, but bus tickets in those days were really cheap. So
$20 is $20. So,
well, not that kind of work.
No,
Sure.
I don't have the same kind of prison pretty as Shadow does. So
okay. you got a purr in your mouth.
Yeah, just squeal like a pig, boy.
I don't know what to say about that.
I used to have this buddy. I was an electrical apprentice when I was in my very early 20s. I used to be a buddy I worked with, and he had one of his eyes was off center because he'd taken a blow to the head as a kid, and so it was he looked cross-eyed, and he had a big underbite and all that stuff. So he looked like he might have come out right out of Deliverance. He wasn't anything like that. He was a sweet guy, but sometimes he would make jokes about it. And he would do it in a way where you weren't quite sure if he was serious or not. And he used to say this thing that always sent me in a tizzy because it was really funny and horrifically disturbing at the same time, which I've said to Shadow several times now. Just think of the blood as lubrication, boy.
No.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Wow. Ernie was a fun dude.
Wow.
He also had this other talent that has nothing to do with the creepy shit. But it was very strange. So we were working on construction sites, obviously, as electricians do and whatnot. And when it was lunchtime, he let everybody on the job site, no matter how big the site was. I mean, we were building like lots full of condominiums, so pretty big.
Right.
Everybody on the job site know when it was time to break for lunch, because he would emit a sound from his vocal cords that was so loud and so high pitched you'd swear it was a steam whistle at a factory. Everybody heard it for quite a ways away. I've never met another human being in my life that could do that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Clue says you should be flagged for hate speech.
For what exactly? This time.
Probably Shadow.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Well, that's Shadow.
He is prison pretty.
That is very true.
If that kid goes to prison, I don't know a gentler way to put this. He is fucked.
Literally.
Yeah, I have to agree. Yeah, I'd be worried about him.
Yeah, he's I mean, he puts on a hard exterior, man, but he doesn't have any idea what hard really is. If he goes to prison, he's gonna find out.
But I was gonna say he'll find out.
Yeah.
Oof.
I you know what, and I realize that comes off as a bit of a double entendre. When I said hard, I didn't mean hard like a penis. I meant hard like a felon.
Right.
But also the penis thing.
The penis thing.
Felons get hard.
They do. Well, and that's if he goes into, I hope to God that kid stays on the straight and narrow, because if he doesn't, he is in for a very hard time.
Oh wow, yeah. Just stay naive, kid. Stay naive.
I would go so far as to say I hope all the kids out there stay as close to the straight and narrow. You know, do right, keep your head down, don't draw attention to yourself, don't commit crimes, because you don't want that kind of situation to be thrown your way. And if you do something to gain that kind of attention and you get convicted for whatever reason, you ain't gonna have a choice about it. You know, so yeah, just be good, kids, because there are bad things out there will take advantage of you if you're not.
Yep.
And I'd say that's pretty scary.
That is scary.
Yeah, that is. Know me. Well, is it or Joker? Are you next for scary things?
I'd say there's movies that were scary. There's parts of movies that were scary. Well, one thing comes to mind: the original Jurassic Park, when they're crawling through crawling through the ceiling, and the raptor's head pops up, and then it falls down, and then
that was tense as shit.
Right, and it's that top view as the raptor comes up in the mouth. My knees just literally came into my chest. Yeah, that was.
That'll do it. That'll do it.
Mm-hmm. I remember watching the film. I watched it I saw it on a Saturday when it was released, and it was the exorcism of Emily Rose. And I wasn't scared by it. I was more like intrigued by it. I'm like, okay, this is kind of neat. And it takes a very dark turn. And right at the end, there's no clapping, no nothing. People just quietly got up and just walked out in like a dead silence, just trying to get out as fast as they could. And I'm like, oh, church attendance is going to be up tomorrow morning. What's up, Tim?
I think he's booing you.
I don't know why. That's right.
Yeah, that's I've seen a few movies like that where you get to the end and it's just
no, I am Tim. Stop.
Yeah, Raylos are weird.
They are.
So, but yeah, like you know, the Mist, the Frank Darabont version, like nobody made a sound after that movie was over. I think probably for days.
Because that ending was fucked up.
It was effective.
It was.
It's very effective. It's extremely dark.
Oh, it is. Whew, that is. And that's the one with Thomas Jane, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And like half the cast of the original cast of The Walking Dead too.
Mm-hmm.
It's also got it's got a bunch of people in it. Like there are a lot of big names in that movie.
Right.
Most of whom get eaten in one fashion or another. You know, some of them are consumed by their fears. Some of them are consumed by the actual tentacled monstrosities hanging out in the mist. So it's a wild movie. If you guys haven't seen that, I would recommend maybe not being suicidal when you do.
No, definitely not.
Because it's
definitely not. And then that one
the Mist
religious
clue, the Mist.
That lady who all of a sudden becomes a zealot, a religious zealot.
I think she always was. She just took her opportunity when it presented itself.
Yeah.
It was Mrs. I can't remember her name, but yeah, right. Without getting into spoilers, because I want to know what you think about this, but I think she was right the whole time.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, think about how it ends. She was right. Yeah. So yeah, it's I don't recall Bryce Dallas Howard being in that. No, this is the Mist with an I. It's based on a Stephen King short story.
Right.
Directed by Frank Darabont. It's got Thomas Jane's in it. I cannot remember the names of anybody else off the top of my head. The Shermanator from American Pie, he's in it.
He's in it. Was it Sam Witwer?
Yep,
Is in it. What's her name? The girl.
Yeah. You're thinking of the one I'm thinking of. I think. That's real specific.
Right.
You're thinking of the one I'm thinking of. I think.
Yeah. Yeah, she was in Chronicles of Riddick. What's her name?
Alexa Davalos.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah, she's in a bunch of stuff too, but she was also very much in one of the main characters in The Man in the High Castle on Amazon, which up until like the last 2 episodes was really good.
Oh.
So, but I would recommend at least the first 3 seasons. The last couple episodes get kind of weird and don't seem to fit with the rest of it. But.
Right. But the Mist is a fucked up film, but it's good.
Yeah, Suka, that one. Yeah, where they're stuck in a grocery store. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that movie's got something in it though. Like it's scary. It's got its scary moments, right? And it's got its scary situations in terms of like regular horror movie stuff. But the ending will break something inside your soul.
Yes. Yes.
It was like Frank Darabont looked at American movies and he's like, "Fuck this happy ending shit. I'm gonna hurt people."
Yeah, and that was like you said. There's they take a piece of your soul and it's like, nope, that's mine now.
So Nomi has to jump off, which is fine. I don't know if she meant that she had to step away or because she's still up. There she is.
I'm still up. I also realized that I have early morning plans with my brother. I was like, it's about to be 1 a.m. where I'm at. So knowing me, because
we're always late.
Yeah. Well, hey, no. I mean, you came through. Welcome. And you know.
I mean, if you watched her show with Tabitha, she explained she's always late.
Yeah,
wow.
This has been our experience with you as well, and I also assume that
let's not pile on no lady.
No, but she's still on. Probably part of the reason you didn't realize about the time is because you're still on Mountain Time, right?
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah,
I'm thinking Mountain Time. Well, that too. My brother had all these plans, and I was like, "Yeah, let's do it." And then I think at the moment of realization hit me, maybe 10 minutes ago. I was like, "Okay, I think I could stay up until whenever this ends." And I was like, "You know what? No," because one thing that you all should know about me, I am very cranky. Like if I don't get my sleep, I will bite someone's head off.
No.
Stop. Shut up.
I have to admit, though, I'm gonna have to jump off too because I'm not feeling well at all.
Yeah, we could probably we've been running about 2 hours. We can probably bring it to a close here if you guys are good with that.
I'm fine with that.
Sure.
It was fun.
Yeah, I think so. I think this is a fun show. I've enjoyed just sharing stories with y'all. That's been good. Sorry, some of them got so dark. Chat.
I'm not. We warned you.
Life is hard. Suck it up, I guess.
Right.
You know.
Thing I swallow.
Oh wow!
I'm just gonna taking notes on that.
That's getting turned into a short.
That's getting clipped.
That's getting clipped.
Did you watch my last short?
I did. I think that was a good clip.
Yeah, Nomi, you are the gift that keeps on giving when it comes to clips.
Oh, I'm glad I can provide the laughs.
Fair enough. So, since we're closing down here, why don't we go around the horn? We will start with Nomi. Sell your shit.
Hi. I have a YouTube channel. I would appreciate if you follow and subscribe and like my videos. I only have 3 up right now, but I'm making more, and I'll probably be doing streaming soon. I'm just getting my ducks in a row. I may or may not be on Screaming into the Abyss tomorrow, depending on what I have planned with my brother. Screaming into the Void. It is late. Yeah, that's what I got going on. Support my friend JV and his t-shirts, and it's a pretty cool design, and it goes to a good cause. That's what I have.
Nice, nice, good deal. JV, what do you got coming up?
Well, the shirts, this fundraiser goes to July 15th, so you've got about 15 days left. Monday, I will be dropping my last week's news now. Wednesday, dropping my review of Indiana Jones and the Insufferable Feminist. And then, well, I need hours, Clue, but thank you. Yes, I'm right up on that 500 mark. I'm like 485, but I need hours. So watch the live streams, watch the playlists. So like I said, Monday dropping last week's news now. Wednesday dropping my review of Indiana Jones and the Insufferable Feminist, and then Friday we'll be doing my review of Secret Invasion Episode 3. I will not be on with Ryan on Monday for Game of Thrones. I have got friends coming in from out of state, and we're going on we're doing a little staycation in here. So I'm kind of just taking a few days off. So that's what I got going.
Good deal,
Nice.
good deal. Lawrence Knight.
Well, guys, I may or may not be on tomorrow. We'll see what happens and how I'm feeling. But I will definitely be back here on Abyssal Musings next week. Sure, we're going to have a jam-packed show for you guys again. We'll give it a second run with the Nomi's Top 5, hopefully. And we'll move on from there.
Yep. Hey,
Oh, Dempsey, what's up, man?
coming in
Came
right
right-
at the end, buddy.
Right at the end. Oh, you made it back.
Oh, good deal. Well, and for me, I'm Samiel the Infamous. You can find me on the YouTube channel Samiel the Infamous, where we run a number of live streams like this one, Abyssal Musings. This one is on Friday nights, 9:30 p.m. Mountain Time. We've got Screaming Into the Void, which is a little bit less structured, on Saturday afternoons, about 4 p.m. Mountain Time. And tomorrow we have The Divided Kingdom will be our guest. Who is a chap I met from the UK here last week through a friend of mine, Amira, also known as Linus Exiled or the Exiled Linus, on the channel Linus Exiled, who I also do like production work for. Larry does some. You can find us on that channel as well. Sunday nights we've got, or Sunday afternoons rather, we have Star Trek Engage, where we are finishing up with Star Trek Picard Season 3 this weekend. Next weekend, we're going all the way back to the beginning with the original series and going episode by episode as we go along there. You may also see me pop up here and there on various other channels that I'm associated with, because if I can't sleep and they're streaming, I mean, it happens. I was on Clue's channel once because I was awake and he was streaming. So, that sort of thing. But yeah, always welcome to come back. We will usually be simulcasting if we have simulcasting capability, because as they say, a rising tide lifts all ships. And yeah, I'm actually in the opposite boat that JB is. I have the watch hours. I've had the watch hours for a while. The sub count is below 200, needs to get up above 5 before I can institute any kind of like monetization angle. But I haven't really been pushing that because I kind of like the interaction that I get. And all that. And I'm actually very, very grateful to our subs that have stuck with us and have watched, given all of those watch hours. I mean, that's kind of fucking amazing. Right. Also, I will be announcing this again tomorrow night. Screaming Into the Void on the 8th of July, which is not tomorrow, but the following Saturday, we have our first really, really big guest, Corin Nemec. So that should be good.
Very cool.
Yeah, I was very surprised. He said yes, but very happy about it as well. So that should be a good show. You won't want to miss that one. And that said, anything else we want to say before we book on out of here?
I'm good.
Bye.
All right. Well, remember, folks, it could always be worse. It could be raining flaming cobras. Night, everybody.
Toodles.
What?